Hi, thanks for being here today. I'm Robert Hanley. I'm the CEO and founder of Home Video Studio. I am a real person, and I did start this business quite some time ago. It really, really works. And in this webinar, we're going to take you through how we make money, how we bring people into Home Video Studio, why you might want to do it, and how to get more information. So I still run a studio here in Indianapolis. And I think for the right person, home video studio is the perfect business. So let's get started. Here we go. The webinar will now begin. Okay, welcome to our webinar, Starting Your Home Video Studio. We could name it a lot of things. That's what we're calling it today. We could also call it a glimpse of home video studio. We're going to take you through everything you don't know, maybe some things that you already know. We don't know. Maybe you're brand new to home video studio. Maybe you looked at us for several years or several months, but we're glad you're here. Now we'll show some pictures. Of course, it's on we're video people, so we do like photos, but we're going to show you some pictures of our studios, our owners, how this whole thing works, training. We're going to cover how it makes money, how you would get into home video studio, and next steps if you'd like to move forward after this webinar. What would you do? The couple you see on the screen, they are actually they are brand new studio owners. I took that photo in August when I installed David Anderson, and that's his wife Karen, and they're down in Florida, but that is it's a great example of the people that get involved with home video studio. David is running the business part-time while he still works at his full-time job. He's a software engineer in charge of a team, actually. And so that's how that business is going. So there you go. My name is Robert Hanley. I'm the CEO and founder of Home Video Studio. I am a producer, director, editor. I've been in this business a long time. I love Home Video Studio. I love the video business. To me, home video studio is like playing a game, and I never get tired of playing that game. Now, I started out a long time ago. I saw Star Wars and just decided I wanted to be a filmmaker. And the picture you see on the right there on your screen, that's me shooting TV commercials and corporate films back in the 1980s, actually. I was on location in the Mojave Desert. Actually, that was some TV spots for a bunch of RV makers. And then there's probably nothing I haven't done in this business. I've done everything from $100,000 films to huge TV commercials and film, video, Betacam, Technicolor, 35 millimeter, everything. I've done it. And I've done really small stuff, like shooting a kid's birthday party. I did a wedding once. One wedding was enough for me. And so I became very, very good at producing and directing and editing. And what I was not good at was making money. Okay, so it took me a while to figure out this business and to figure out how to make money with video. And it's a great story, and you'll probably hear more of that as you learn more about home video studio. Now, the picture on the left, that's me at the grand opening of Home Video Studio Lowell in Lowell, Arkansas. And that studio, you really can't see it, but it's in a strip mall. So different ways to run home video studio. We'll talk about this as we go through the day. Also with us today is Dale Sventek with Home Video Studio. Dale and I have been working together since the beginning. Dale, how are you doing today?
I am great, Robert. Hope you are. And we sure want to send a special welcome to everyone that's on today.
Yeah, I hope we can answer their questions and give them more information. Dale, I want to take you back in my time machine about well, back to 1999.
Oh my goodness, Robert.
Can you
Hmm.
remember that picture the
Oh
day we took
yes,
that? I do because
like yesterday.
yeah, we're always trying to, thinking of marketing. And I remember we were setting up those boxes of software and things. And so that is back way, way back in our Wayback Machine. That's what one of our studios would have looked like in 1999. There's a lot of similarities between what we did then and what we do now. The concept's the same. Most of the computer equipment now is totally, totally updated. And I loved it then, Dale, and I love it now. This is where we are today. That's actually my studio in Indianapolis, and I still run the business. I would say full time, but I run it actually part time because I wear many hats in home video studio. We have home video studio, the opportunity business, and some other things. But and that's not me. That is Barry Shago, one of our great owners from Columbus, Ohio. He's kind of like our poster child sometimes for home video studio. So, and that's our studio. That edit desk you see on the screen comes in any one of 2000 colors. What do most people get? Black. It just doesn't show the dirt. But, and some people will say on Facebook, they'll say, how come you have all these monitors? Well, we are in the transfer business and we are in the post-production business. So, while it's true you only need potentially one screen to edit video, I like three screens, and then we want to track everything we do, so we have a lot of monitors. It's a very, very great piece of equipment that we call it the Home Video Studio Signature Edit Desk. It takes up about well, it'll fit in an 80 to 100 square foot room, spare bedroom, something like that. So what we do is we put people in the video business. Video entrepreneurs is that's what you become, and we have studio owners that are coast to coast. Let me point out a couple of these, and we've sold to people from all walks of life. John, the guy in the red shirt, John Failing, was a family physician, and he retired, and then he found Home Video Studio. Next to him is Kyle Cooley, and Kyle was a school teacher and started his business part-time. And then we have Wendell Timothy. Wendell, former Rookie of the Year, former Studio Owner of the Year with Home Video Studio. Wendell worked for corporate America for like 29 years, and then he got laid off and found Home Video Studio, and he started his own studio. And then on the right, we have Cheryl Kennedy, and Cheryl actually worked for corporate America, as I like to say. But she was a video producer, and she was totally into video before she came into home video studio. So, yeah, we do get people that run production companies and want to move their business to the next level. We get a lot of people that are at the right place in their life at the right time for home video studio, and timing is perfect, and they come on board with us. So we simply put people into the video business, if that makes sense, because that's what we do. So you can control your lifestyle. You got to work when you want to work and play when you want to play. No one tells you when to be at your business. No one tells you when to go to work. You don't have to work weekends. You don't have to work nights. You don't work holidays. You take vacations when you want to take vacations. You run your business. And I like to say, home video studio is like playing a game. And you'll trust me, you'll never want to stop playing the game. So you control your lifestyle. That's Tony and Lori Melendez, by the way. They have been with us, they're from Ohio. They've been with us for 22 years, and they're just delightful people. It is a ton of fun. I mean, this is a fun business. It's like playing a game, as I've already said. And there's a lot of camaraderie in home video studio. We have our own award show. Um, that's Kelly Grady from Minnesota, and she's holding one of our Hanley Awards. We have our version of the Oscars. You'll hear about that, but definitely you'll have a ton of fun. You'll work from home if you want to. A lot of our owners do. Think about it right now. Do you have a place that you could put your studio? This guy put it in his back porch, and if you look in there, you can kind of see in the window or in through the door. He's only got about 80 square feet there, so you need about 80 to 100 square feet. Usually, people have a bit more than that. You could put your business, your studio, you could put it into a den, a third or fourth bedroom. It could go into your garage, into the basement, into an attic. Okay, we've had people do all of those. You may think of, ooh, I don't want to have it in my house for whatever reason. Well, you can rent an office, okay, a small one or a bigger one. Michael here rented a little, like a bungalow to put his studio into. And so you can do that. We do have what we call studio stores as well. So these are usually in a strip mall, maybe on Main Street, maybe a standalone building. And we call these studio stores. And so Home Video Studio has a very, very unique footprint, and it can almost go anywhere. We have so many studio stores that we have an award for that called Studio Store of the Year. That's one of our more prestigious awards. And then if you want to learn cameras and lighting and sound and working with actors and a mise-en-scene and all this, we totally teach that and support that. Now, not every studio owner wants to go out and shoot video, but if you want to, this is something that we totally support, and I think it's really, really fun. And you can include your family into your studio business. And so you can do that in a lot of different ways. Some of the studio owners bring their families to training. Almost everybody comes to the getaway. That's in the summer. Uh, but the lifestyle for having a family is very, very conducive because you can take your kids to kindergarten or school. You can see their events. You can go to their soccer games. You control the business. The business does not control you. By the way, this is Jeff Gordon, one of our owners from the Boston area, and he actually had a production company and decided that he wanted to move it to the next level or so. So he joined Home Video Studio. And then what we essentially do is we teach people how to make money with video. We teach people how to make money with video. And yeah, you can make tons of money in this business, and you may not want to make a lot of money. You may be more concerned with your lifestyle and controlling when and where you work. You may want this as a retirement business. You may not want to be working 30 or 40 hours a week. So, no matter what you do or how you want to approach your home video studio, number one, we teach you how to make money with video. Number two, we teach you how to price your videos, the products that you sell. We teach you how to price, and that's very, very important. But the other thing is, we always put the money first. Okay? We always put the money first because money drives everything. How do we do that? Well, I like to say that we are creators and modifiers of content. Okay? Home video studio owners are creators and modifiers of content. And everything in that picture is content: VHS tapes, slides, photos, film, old reels of Super 8 and 8 millimeter, 16 millimeter film, um, DVDs, CDs, really any image or sound. That's content, and we transfer that content. And so transferring all of that is a huge, big business. It's very profitable. I like to call them cash cows. All right. So you'll transfer, but you'll also edit. And if you want to, you'll produce and direct. Okay. There's a big business in production and post-production when you know the right ways to price and how to get clients and how to do the projects. So we are creators and modifiers of content. And content is king. Okay. It really, really is. I mean, think of the smartphone. How many people do you know that have smartphones? Everybody, right? And people are carrying these smartphones around, whether it's an Android or an iPhone or whatever it is, and they are recording their lives, okay? They're recording their businesses and their vacations and their birthdays and graduations and all these events. And businesses are using these smartphones to shoot their factory lines, their showrooms. Organizations are using iPhones and Androids for content. Any of these phones will shoot amazing, stunning 4K video. But guess what? Try to do something with that video, and that becomes difficult and hard to do. And that's what you'll specialize in, all that old content, but all the new content. And people get stuck with smartphones and their video, and they'll call you, and then, you'll have a new client. So content is king. So everything is driven by Digital Video Archive. That's how we distribute our video. So DVA for short. Digital Video Archive or DVA, it's like Netflix for your personal video and audio and professional and video audio. So this is how we distribute for to just regular consumers, people just like us, and also for businesses and organizations and anybody that we do video work for. So everything is driven by Digital Video Archive. It's like Netflix for your personal video. And that box you see on your screen, that's called DVA Deluxe, you'll have one or more of those in your studio. And that encodes analog video or digital video into a DVA. Okay, it's quite remarkable, really. And so you're going to learn more about that. You'll learn more about all of this. So stay tuned. Now, you can produce from your studio, and in today's world, yes, you can be a producer, director, editor right from your studio. You don't have to go anywhere because people are going to bring you the content. They're going to send it to you. You're going to get it via FedEx or UPS or the US mail. You'll get it over the internet, and it'll come to you in all ways and shapes and forms. And so video editing and post-production is one of my favorite profit centers. I love to do it. I can do it anywhere, and it is very profitable when you know what you're doing. Now, we make value-added products, okay? And so we teach you how to find customers, we teach you how to price, we teach you how to do the work, and then we also teach you how to move on to the next customer. And number one, we teach you how to collect the money. Okay. We do that right away, by the way. Okay. And then if you do want to be the person that goes out and shoots video, produces and is on location somewhere else, we totally support that, and we teach you how to shoot everything about cameras and lenses and composition and sound and microphones and lighting, and as I said earlier, even mise en scene, where things go in the scene. So we teach all that if you want to do that. And you might say, wow, Robert, I don't think I want to go out and carry lights and have a camera and do all that. And no problem. Then you can produce and direct right from your home video studio. So, how do you get business? How do we turn on the faucet? How do we make business come to you? Well, we have a complete marketing and advertising plan. Okay. And my definition of marketing is Marketing is when you go out to your potential customer, whether you do that from your computer, from your studio, or whether you do it in person and you go out and you market the business. Well, we teach you totally how to do that. We have a huge program for marketing, and we also teach you how to advertise your business, how to get customers to contact you. Okay. And if you don't know how to market your business and you don't know advertising and you get into business, then you're not going to be in business very long. So, this is probably one of the biggest reasons why people start home video studios with us because we know how to get that business. So, how do we train you and how do we support you? Well, we can't tell you everything in a 25-minute webinar, but I can let you know that we have 16 days of in-person training. We bring in trainers. This is Frank Romer from Orange County, California. He comes in and trains. And so we have core classes that we train on, like Adobe Premiere Pro, um, Classic Lightroom, Photoshop, After Effects, things like that. I mean, obviously, you'll learn these in the correct order. You're not going to start out with After Effects. You're going to start out with Adobe um, Premiere Pro. And if you are a Final Cut person, that's fine. You can use Final Cut or you can use DaVinci Resolve. We like Adobe and because everything works together, and we also like Apple. But you can be a PC person if you want, no problem. But we do bring in specialized trainers, and I want to cover some of this training. So basic training is the first training that every studio comes to. It's 5 days in Indianapolis. It starts on a Monday and ends on a Friday. The first 3 days, we're taking you through the facts, information, and knowledge of the business. How do you answer the phone? How do you talk to the customers? How do you advertise? How do you do marketing? These are basic foundation level teachings that we give you. And it's really fun, but it's really, really valuable. And then on Thursday and Friday, we get into your first tech classes, Adobe Premiere Pro, Classic Lightroom, things like that. And I think you'll find it's a fun time. It goes for a week. You come in on a Sunday, we start on Monday, we go to Friday. Usually people go home on Friday afternoon. A couple things here, because I did tell you we'd show you some pictures. So the guy on the left, that is David Anderson. You saw him earlier, the software guy. The guy in the middle, JR from Texas. And so JR was 78 years old when he bought his studio. He just turned 79. And then on the right is Jeff Gordon. And Jeff had a video production company, but he just wanted to pump it up to the next notch. So, basic training, very fun, very important. We do it 3 or 4 times a year. Okay, so once you've done your basic, then we're going to come out to your studio in your city and install your studio. Now, I usually do this myself. I like installing the new studios. It's going to take at least 4 days, 5 days if you have one of the bigger studios. This is Keith and Tina Bright, okay, from Lowell, Arkansas. Keith was a food scientist, and Tina worked for Walmart. They now run their own studio, and for them, this is truly a retirement business. But we'll come out to your studio and to your city and install your studio wherever you're going to put that. That'll be 4 days, and we'll take you through everything. When we leave, you'll be ready to open up. So, your first year, you have 16 days of training, and everything kind of accumulates with advanced training and Getaway 26. So, advanced training is 3 days. The getaway is 4 days. And these are two back-to-back trainings that are very, very important for new owners. But we have a lot of veterans that come to advanced training because they continue to want to sharpen their skills. And we have almost everybody comes to the getaway. Okay. This next year, it'll be July 18th through the 26th, and that's in 2026. This year, for the first time ever, the getaway will be in French Lick, Indiana. And I'm very, very excited about this. You know, we've been in other cities throughout the years. We've been to Orlando. We've been to, you know, throughout the years, we've been to other cities. We've been to Orlando, Las Vegas, Clearwater Beach, Reno, Tucson. I'm so excited about coming to Indiana, and that will be next year. At Advanced Training and the Getaway, we have core classes for new owners. So, just like going back to college, if you like college, you're going to love these two trainings. We do Adobe Premiere Pro. There's a 2-day class on that. Photoshop, Adobe Audition, Classic Lightroom if you still need that. And then we have advanced classes, and we also have classes on marketing and getting business and all of that. And so this year we've added in, and it's not the first year we've done this, but this is the first year we have 2 solid days, maybe even 3, on AI. And AI is changing everything. There's no doubt about that. But for home video studio owners, AI is a huge asset, and it's new tools for us to use in both production and post-production, and new ways for us to make money. We have several new profit centers that are coming out that are AI based as well. So we're looking forward to Advanced Training 2026 and Getaway 26 coming up next summer. Now, we also do this total immersion filmmaking workshop that we call Backlot. Okay. We have been doing this almost since the beginning, and some years it's been more involved, other years it's been a bit simpler. Backlot is a filmmaking workshop. It is the closest way that we can put you into a situation of what's it like to be paid 5, 10 to 15 or even $20,000 for a video, and then you have to produce, right? Because you've been paid, so you have to make what you promised to do. So this, even if you're not going to be in production, and a lot of our owners aren't, we always recommend that you take backlot, you do backlot at least once during your home video studio career. So in 7 days, and this kind of goes on at the same time as our other two trainings, Advanced Training and Getaway 26. So it's 7 days, and you can actually do both, but most people do one or the other. And it's 7 days of figuring out what you want to do. What's your idea? What film do you want to make? Are you going to script it? Is it going to be unscripted? Are you going to do storyboards? Is it documentary style? You'll work with actors. There are pop-up workshops that will help you with lighting and sound. And when you get stuck, there are people to help you. But in 7 days, you'll produce, you'll shoot it, you'll edit it, you'll do the post-production, and then you will premiere it at the Hanley Awards. Now, we have our own version of the Oscars, okay? And it's called the Hanley Awards. We've been doing it for a long time. This will be the 26th annual Hanley Awards. It's a black tie event. A lot of owners bring their families, and it's fun to compete, but and it's a good-natured competition, but when you compete with other studio owners, you get better at what you do. Now, Oscar has Best Picture, Best Documentary. We have some of the same things. We have Best Documentary, Best Video Production, Best Photo Keepsake, Best Memorial Video, Best Use of Post-Production, things like that. And so you can enter into these categories. We also have achievement awards. And so it's a very, very fun night. And that'll be next year. We do it every year. Now, if you did backlot, and any studio can compete in backlot, and they can actually win a Hanley at the Hanley Awards. So it's pretty fun. Well, live your dream now. Dale, I always ask you to read this and talk about Steve Jobs for a second. Let's have that conversation.
Yes, absolutely, Robert. It's a great affirmation. Steve said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." Sage advice, Robert.
It really is because, I've been in business for a long, long time, and I know what people say when you tell them you're going to do anything, because I'm always starting, things. I get ideas, and I want to start them, and then finish them. And there are such a thing as dream stealers, people that will tell you, "Oh, that's not a good idea," or "You can't do that," or "You're not good enough," or "You don't have enough money or the time," or "You're too old," or "You're too young," or whatever. So just as Steve Jobs said, don't let fear get into your dream, and don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out what you want to do. Live your dream now. So that's what we're going to talk about as we close up. You can do what everybody else does. You can be part of the crowd. You can blend in, or you can separate yourself from that crowd. You can stand out from that crowd. Just like Brett Everett, and he's one of our very successful owners. He's in that picture holding Rookie of the Year award. Brett was and is a video editor, but he was a video editor at a ministry for 20 years. And then he found Home Video Studio, attended a webinar like this, became Rookie of the Year. He won the backlot competition his first year. And then Brett this year is our studio owner of the year. So he's very accomplished. But what I like about Brett is he just followed what his dream was, to own his own business and to start something. And of course, he had the support of his wife, Kathy. But great people. And so you simply join the home video studio family. I know you want to know what the next steps are. That picture was taken at the Getaway, I think, 4 years ago, but I love it. Everybody's holding up their Hanley Awards and things like that. As we've talked about, there is a lot of camaraderie. It's a great business. I like to say it's the perfect business for the right person. And what are the next steps for Home Video Studio? Well, you can call me at 317-358-5932. You can call Dale at 317-753-5670. You can text us. We kind of pride ourselves on being available. So if we don't answer, which we probably will, you can leave voicemail. We will call you back. You can also text us and say, "Hey, tell us your name, where you're from, and maybe that you want to talk, or you've got this question, or when can we talk," and we'll get together. And we'll go to those next steps. And so we do thank you for being here today. You could also go to our website if you haven't been there already. You probably have, but it's www.myhomevideostudio.com. And Dale, any other parting thoughts that you have today or that you want to add?
Robert, I think you summed it up very well, but this is the opportunity. If you're really looking to make change and control your destiny, seriously consider home video studio.
Yep, that's right. And Dale, you know what we say in the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wrap. That is
Mm-hmm.
a wrap. Thank you all for being here. Dale, thank you. And
Sure.
we'll talk to you when we talk to you.
Sounds great.